Tomatoes. It's Comics and Shots, a completely improvised semi-comedic musing by Howard Stern's Mick the Nerd, aka YouTube and TikTok's Mick the Man, aka Mick the Maverick, aka Sweaty. Today's subject, event fatigue. I have been reading a lot of Marvel post-2022 through totally legitimate ways, totally legitimately, nothing illegal. And even reading these without the month-long wait between issues, I'm getting fatigued from the overbearing story of it all. Every single event that comes out, you just have to assume, they just make you assume it's like, oh, you'll be familiar with all these other 5 books that are connected to it. And I'm not. I just read Miles Morales Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man. The former is better than the latter, by the way, but yeah. It's so much interconnected nonsense, and it's like, Janice, just, what are you doing, Janice? What are you doing? And I feel like I've never really felt this way through DC because I did read a lot of those books. I read a lot of DC comics. I like DC more than Marvel generally. That's not me saying DC's better than Marvel. I guess I just vibe more with DC. That's a matter of taste. But through this, I've realized how hard it is getting into any big name comic universe because it's a bit of a chore. And it's just overwhelming when they slap a new event in between comics. It's like with like, say, like a better version, Carnage Reign. That came right after, like, Miles Morales' story just ended, so, you know, you can think of it as just the next Miles Morales story, but then you got something like Gang War, where it's like, okay, like, Rec Rap's doing something, and then the gang people are doing gang things, and everybody's going to hell. And for some reason, the Ringmaster is there. From the Circus of Crime, we just throw him into this, you know, because, sure, he's there. And then there's all these other books and miniseries, like Gang War Daredevil, Gang War Luke Cage, Jackpot, you know, Mary Jane's superhero persona. Because she's a superhero now. Okay, sure. Something good had to come out of Zeb Wells 1, and I'm not sure that's that. Yeah, but even with the lists they give you of all the books to follow to read next, it's still just so freaking much. For like a newcomer, possibly an old comer. And I can't tell you which of the two is better or worse on it. It's like DC maybe, but even still, that's still, like, death metal? Oh god. Maybe it's more accurate to say DC's, like, better at it now because they only produce, like, 50 books a year. Marvel, though, has a much bigger budget, so their events are just way bigger. Like, Gang War, that shit was 24 books. 24. Oh, god. And some of them weren't even Elseworlds or anything, or just, like, things. No, it was pretty much all interconnected, and it's like, oh, sweet sassafras. And you got Dark Web, and it's like, I don't know. Carnage Reign, it's like, okay, Carnage is like a Iron Man suit for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. And it explodes. And Miles Morales can make a lightning sword for some reason. I don't know. That was actually revealed in his own book. He fights the rabble, and then he just is able to make a lightning sword. Sure, fine, yeah. Okay, yeah. My point being, it's a lot. These events can overstimulate casual readers, and it makes it a little harder to get into comics because, you know, it's like the opposite of the starting point. It's like something crazy's happening here. And also, well, Carnage Reign is a little more creative, a little more. Like, you then get stuff like Dark Web or Gang War, which just retread on Inferno. And what was the other one? Was it also Gang War? I'm pretty sure there was another Gang War in the 80s or 90s, whatever the hell that was. And it's like, if you're going to make a big, pointless event that connects a bunch of different characters and comics, make it unique. Give us something new. Maybe they'll make a movie out of it. I don't know. But also, maybe just make them a little bit smaller and stop trying to bleed people dry. Because all it does is just inspire people like me to read it through totally legitimate methods. Yes. Just think about it, Marvel and DC. Just think about it. With that, like, comment, and subscribe. Donate if you're feeling nice. Share it with a bear. And always remember, praise be to the Blood Elk, fear the Stabopotamus, and death to Kronos. Spicy. Ooh. Seriously, Miles Morales Spider-Man, way better than, the 2022 Amazing Spider-Man. That book got murdered by editorial. There's good ideas in it, but oof. Have a night, folks.